ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So thank you very much for joining us in this class. Today's verses will be from the 21st to 26th verses of the first chapter. अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान्। कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे। This time. Arjuna Uvacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan। Arjuna Uvacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan। Is it visible? Big enough? Or can be bigger? Huh? It's okay. Oh yeah. No, we will do this. Still. So, Mataji. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan Kairmaya Sahayodhavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan Kairmaya Sahayodhavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetam Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan Kairmaya Sahayodhavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame. Arjuna Vacha Senayorubhayormadhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta Yavadetan Niriksheham Yodhukamanavasthitan Kairmaya Sahayodhavyam Asmin Ranasamudyame. Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna said, Senayo of the armies, Ubhayo, both, Madhye, between, Ratham, the chariot, Sthapaya, please keep, may, my, Achyuta, O infallible one, Yavat, as long as, Etan, all these, Nirikshe, may look upon, Aham, I, Yodhukaman, desire to fight, Avasthitan, arid on the battlefield, Kai, with whom, Maya, by me, Saha, together, Yodhavyam, have to fight, Asmin, in this, Rana, strife, Samudyame, in the attempt. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Please repeat. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Purport. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishikesh, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is master, everyone is under his orders, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of a peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. So we will explain as we go. So this is the point where, just before the Bhagavad Gita was being spoken, Arjuna asked Krishna to take his chariot in between the two armies. It was like, it is not like today's battlefield where, bunkers are set up and some, tankers and everything, or snipers. No, there's no such thing. Now, this is all actually a form of cowardice, hiding and shooting. Now the next level is drone surveillance. Even India has bought some drones for surveillance in the border area of Pakistan, and also I think China border. So, in fact, I think some countries, maybe the US and I don't know who else, they have drones which are flying high in the sky and which can shoot just at the press of a button. So this may be a great leap of technological advancement, but it is not actually heroism. It is another form of cowardice. And also, such destruction also comes upon the innocent people in the cities. And this was not the case in the Kurukshetra war. Everybody was present on the battlefield, only the fighters, those who would fight. The others, the elderly, the children, brahmanas, the cows, all of them were in the city, and this was outside. So this was the way war was done. So the both armies were facing each other on an empty open field, not just football field. Huge millions of people were in the field. So this is the way war was done. And Arjuna asked Krishna to move his chariot in front of the both armies. So here nicely Prabhupada explained that Krishna, although the supreme controller of everyone, takes pleasure in being controlled by his devotee. We find a perverted reflection of this in the material world. Like there is one nice verse in the 10th canto. Of course, this is the abominable side of it. Krishna is in the, whatever Krishna is, that is spiritual and all blissful. But on the other side, we have this Nirjitya Dikshakram Abhuta Vigraho Varasanastha Samarajavandita Griheshu maithunya sukheshu yoshitam krida mriga purusha isha niyate. Having conquered the entire circle of directions and being thus free of conflict, a man sits on a splendid throne, receiving praise from leaders who were once his equals. But when he enters the women's chambers where sex pleasure is found, he is led about like a pet animal, O Lord. So, in the material world, a man may be very, big conqueror, big king, or heroic king, sitting on a big throne and conquer all his enemies. But when he goes to his private chambers, then he is led about like a pet animal, Krida Mriga, toy. Krida means play, Mriga means animal, pet animal. So this is how he likes to be controlled, although he is a controller of. This is of course abominable side, but as we know, this material world is just a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So whatever you find here is a reflection of the spiritual world. So actually it is there in the spiritual world. Just like Krishna is the supreme controller, but he is totally controlled by Radharani. When in the Rasa dance, Raslila, he was dancing with all the gopis, so Radharani felt a little bit, slighted. She thought, oh, not anything special for him. He is dancing with every girl. I am nothing special. So like that she just left. Then Krishna was bewildered. He was chasing, where is she? She was hiding. She was not interested. So the whole Raslila is centered on Radharani. So it is nicely explained in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Chaitanya Charitamrita, that this Krishna, although he is Swarat, he does not need anything else for his happiness. Still, the devotion of Radharani is so attractive. It is not a lusty attraction like material world. A man is attracted by women, and then when the woman rejects, and then he becomes devastated. It is not like that, although it appears like that. But actually, Krishna is attracted because of her devotion. And devotion is so great that it attracts Krishna. Devotion attracts Krishna. Although he is an attractor of even, Madan Mohan. He is an attractor of even Cupid. He is the most attractive. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. Unique loveliness is so enchanting that millions of Cupids cannot match his beauty. They also are captivated by him. But he is captivated by his devotee. So that is the position of devotional service. So devotional service in that way is greater than Krishna. Devotional service to Krishna is greater than Krishna. This is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye. He does not want a wealth following of women. But at the same time, he does not also want liberation. Devotee is not anxious for liberation. Why? Because by being situated in devotional service, he is actually achieving the highest. And those who actually achieve the Lord in the form of impersonal merging into the light or into the body of Vishnu or Narayan in the form of Paramatma, Paramatmavadis. So these people, although they realize the Lord to a certain extent, they don't gain as much pleasure. But by devotional service, even staying in hell, he can gain more pleasure than the one in the Brahmajyoti. That's why for a devotee, Kaivalyam Narakayate. The merging into the absolute truth is Naraka, hell for him. But Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. This is Prabodhananda Saraswati, very nice verse he has actually compiled. For one who becomes a pure devotee through devotional service to great personalities like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kaivalya or merging into Brahman appears no better than hell. As far as the heavenly planets are concerned, to a devotee they are like a phantasmagoria or will o' the wisp. And as far as yogic will o' the wisp or phantasmagoria means, Akasha Pushpayati means, Akasha Pushpa means flowers in the sky. There is no such truth. There is no flowers in the sky. But it's like a promise of flowers in the sky. Nothing. It's just some, phantasmagoria. And as far as yogic perfection is concerned, a devotee does not care a fig for such perfection. Since the purpose of yogic perfection is achieved automatically by the devotee. What is that perfection? That he becomes complete controller of his senses. Real yoga indriya samyama. Yoga means to control the senses. And nobody can control the senses unless he is a devotee. Let us explain. Actually, this is actually Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. So for the devotee, this whole Vishwam, the universe, although it is, Krishna said, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Krishna said this material world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. But for devotee, it is Purna Sukhayate. It is a source of complete happiness. How come? Because he is engaged in devotional service. He is completely immune from the effects of the material world. Actually, he is not situated in the material world. Iha yasya harer dasya karmana manasa gira nikhila sabi avasthasu jivan mukta savuchyate. This is explained. Yes, you see. A person acting in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, in the service of Krishna, with his body, mind and intelligence and words, is a liberated person even within this material world, although he may be engaged in many so-called material activities. See? Although he is situated in this material world, dealing with so-called material things, he is not material. He does not feel the influence of the material world at all. That's why Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. Adi Vidhi Mahendradischa Kitayate. And such a person will go back. Vidhi Mahendradischa Kitayate. Vidhi means Brahma. And Mahendra means Indra. Adi. All the demigods, starting from Brahma, Indra and all that. Chakitayate. They are as good as insects for him. For him, he does not see difference. Pandita Samadarshana. For him, they are as important as insects only. It's not that he does not respect them or sees them as like insect, like cockroach, stamp. No. There is no difference. Pandita Samadarshana. That means he gives the insect also as much respect as he gives Brahma. That is the other way. Or, looking at the other way, he does not pray to these demigods, because actually demigod worship is just bribery. You want something material, you bribe them and you get it. It is not bhakti. Bhakti means devotional service, which is only our constitutional position is to be a Jivar Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. We are not Brahma Nityadas or Indra Nityadas. We are not. Or Ganesha Nityadas. No, we are not any other Nityadas. Krishna Nityadas. So we are only Krishna's servants. So our natural position is to serve Krishna. But this other worship is to get some material benefit. This is bribery. This is like a business transaction. So, a devotee, he does not consider these demigods a big source of favors. No, he does not consider. He does not ask anything from them. So, in that way, they are as good as insects. Ya karanya kataksha vaibhavatam tam gauramai vastuma. Who can see all like this, in this way? A person who has achieved the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Durdantendriya kala sarpa patali prokkhatu damshrayate. His senses, which are so difficult to control for ordinary men, he is like a snake with broken fangs. No danger at all. Senses are easily controlled. Yoga Indriya Samyam. Only devotee can control. यत्पादपङ्कजपलासविलासभक्त्या कर्माशयं ग्रथितमुद्ग्रथयन्ति सन्तः तद्वन्नरिक्तमतयो यतयोऽपि रुद्धा श्रोतो गणास्तमरणं भज वासुदेवम्. The devotees who are always engaged in the service of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord can very easily overcome hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. Because this is very difficult, the non-devotees, the jnanis and yogis, although trying to stop the waves of sense gratification, cannot do so. Therefore, you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. We can see examples of Vishwamitra Muni, such a big yogi, but he fell for Menaka. So, he could not control his senses adequately because he was not a devotee. Of course, later on he became. But when one is simply going on the strength of his own individual strength of yogic or yogic power, or by his own individual strength of knowledge, that kind of jnani or yogi, they cannot control his senses adequately. Vidvamsam api karshati. It is very difficult for even Vidwan, highly learned person. But a devotee can easily do so. Like we see Haridas Thakur. He was asked directly in the dead of night in the beautiful garden. He was asked by this prostitute to have sex. But he was not even moved. He just asked her to sit down and asked her, wait, I'll finish my round, after that you will enjoy. And he chanted and chanted, night passed, day came. Then, she said, what is this, day already came. Never mind, extra rounds I did not finish, so I had to finish. So you come tomorrow night, now it's already morning, so tonight, we will definitely enjoy life. So all day Haridas Thakur was chanting and chanting, night came, again she came. So he said, okay, sit down, I'm going to finish. Chanted and chanted, and day came, dawn. What is this, second night like this? So she said, no, please excuse me, because I was really had to catch up with my rounds. So you give me this third night, I'm sure I will satisfy you. He chanted and chanted and chanted, she waited and waited, again third. By the time dawn came, she already became devotee. Then she fell at the feet of Haridas Thakur, saying, I have come here with a wicked intention, but you have purified me, now I also feel like chanting Hare Krishna. Haridas Thakur said, yes, I know why you came, but I could have gone the very second you came here. But just to show you some mercy, I have sat down here, just so that you can become devotee. Now that you have become devotee, my job is finished. Now you take the mala, chant, and she also started chanting as many rounds as Haridas Thakur. You know how many rounds you chant? 192 rounds every day. Haridas. 192 rounds. We are struggling to chant 16 rounds. We cannot. Some keep for next day. 3 lakh names. So, if you calculate in one way, it will come to 176 rounds. If you calculate the other way, it will come to 190. So, even if 176, it's like every day, without fail, whole life. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the title Namacharya, the authority of the holy name. That's why when you bow down, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. What is that? He is a Haridas Thakur, and he was born in a Muslim family. He was actually a Mohammedan, Islam, and he became Haridas Thakur.
He was Brahma.
Yeah, actually Lord Brahma descended as Haridas Thakur. So, that is how devotee can control senses. See? So, coming back to the point, Devotee can not only control senses, he can control the controller of senses also, Rishikesh. Here it is mentioned Achyuta. The word Arjuna used Achyuta. And although Krishna was his, what is Achyuta? Infallible. He never falls down. We are all Chuta. We are prone to fall down. Whereas he is infallible. He will never fall down. Then how he has fallen to the point of serving Arjuna? Because here we can see he is serving Arjuna. He is riding the chariot of Arjuna. That means he is serving. He is not like a master sitting and then Arjuna is driving the chariot. No. He is riding the chariot. So he has actually fallen from the position of a master, apparently. So that's why Arjuna is making the point clear that you are Achyuta still. You have not fallen from your position. It is your mercy that you become subservient to a devotee. Otherwise you are not. See, that's why this language is called Sanskrit. There is Sanskriti, there is culture in this language. With every word, Krishna has many names. Why Arjuna chose Achyuta? To signify the point that you are not fallen, although you are become my servant. Apparently. In the same way, we have, in fact, Arjuna himself became Ramananda Rai in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to, if you have read the teachings of Lord Chaitanya or Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will see the talks between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks Ramananda Rai questions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sannyasi. I mean, Ramananda Rai, not even Brahmin family, from Shudra family. But he was a king of Madras. And then he was a king, materialist person, so-called. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, only he, Ramananda Rai, can know the highest limits of bhakti. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to see him. He travelled all the way from Jagannath Puri and met at Rajamandri. If you go to Andhra Pradesh, Rajamandri, you can see the spot where actually they met and spoke for many days. Every night they used to speak, whole night. So, there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking questions. How to advance in spiritual life. And Ramananda Rai was answering. But Ramananda Rai did not take the position, oh, you are sannyasi, I am greater than you. No. Ramananda Rai said, actually you are the speaker. You are the Lord. You are just causing me to speak. Since you are asking me, I have to obey your order. And I have to answer. So whatever I am saying, it is by your mercy only. Otherwise I am not qualified to speak on this subject. So when we preach, we should not think that we are a great preacher. No, I am very intelligent. I will preach and defeat this person. No. We have to always pray to Krishna. Krishna, please give me intelligence so that I can speak properly about you. Whether that person accepts or not, that is another thing. Our concern is not whether he accepts or not. Our concern should be whether we are presenting Krishna as he wants to be presented or not. We don't care whether in the process the other person is offended. We have to choose between offending Krishna and offending the other person. If we just focus on satisfying the person in front of us, then we are not satisfying Krishna. That's why Prabhupada said, I don't care for the world. I only seek to please my Guru and Krishna. That's it. Of course, that does not mean the whole world become displeased. No. Actually, when Krishna is pleased, the whole world is pleased. Even if diseased persons, materially affected persons, they may find it not pleasurable, not pleasant, such instruction. Still, a pure devotee gives. Just like doctor, he does not ask the patient what medicine you want. You like this medicine? Okay. No. He will give, you take this medicine. You like to eat this? Don't eat this. It is not good for you. He will tell the patient what he needs to do. He will not ask the patient what you like. You want to eat this? Okay. This is not doctor, this is rascal. So, similarly, devotee is also like that. He preaches just the truth. Of course, he presents in a way that is understandable. But if that person is so foolish that he cannot understand, that's another thing. But he will not compromise. He will not compromise. So here, Arjuna is using the word Achyuta. He is not fallen. It is only your transcendental pleasure that you want to serve the devotee. See? Just like when he became son of Mother Yashoda. He did not become a weak child. No? When there were demons coming, as a baby also he was killing. That killing of the demons was going on as a routine. Whether he was a small baby, he killed Putana. Then he killed Trinavarta. Then he killed Shatakasura. Then he killed all kind of demons he was killing. Going on as a routine. He did not wait for getting strength and do some bodybuilding exercise and then fight with him. Nothing was there. What bodybuilding this baby can do? He killed Putana. He killed Trinavarta, who was whirlwind. Elephants also cannot survive in a whirlwind. A baby, he survived. He killed the demon. So his strength is not minimized by the apparent size or his position, his subjugation under his devotees. He does not become minimized. Whereas if you are ordinary baby, helpless. In fact, in this case, Mother Yashoda was helpless. She did not know what to do. But Krishna was, having fun. So this is, that's why he is always Achyuta. He never falls down. He did not attain mystic powers by practicing yoga. He was Yogeshwar at the time of birth also. At the time of birth already he showed 4-arm form. Then he changed to 2-arm form. Then the Yamuna, the river parted. All this was by the power of Krishna. Just born. So where is the practice of mystic yoga? The meditation. That is God. God is always God. He never becomes God. So Arjuna is asking Krishna to put the chariot in front between both arms. So this is the way a person who is, even if he is able, he will always calculate. That's why there is a saying, Upayam chintayat prajna, apayam cha chintayat. A person should calculate both pros and cons of everything. And if you are going to do something, you should also consider what are the things that will jeopardize your progress in this path. What are the things that can cause damage, and then make preparations for everything. Not that, I am so strong, I'm the greatest archer. Who can defeat me? Whoever come, let him come. I don't need any plan. I just will go. This kind of stupidity was not there. Arjuna was very intelligent. Although Krishna was there, still as a duty he had to do as a Kshatriya. Of course, he had full confidence in Krishna's protection. Rakshishati iti Vishwasa. That does not mean we should not do our part. See, the thing is, when we don't make sufficient plans, that means we are not engaging in Krishna's service. A devotee makes plans like, okay, now we have Rath Yatra festival that's coming up in July 1st. So we have to make plans, how to raise funds, how to apply for the permit, police permit, and all the clearances from authorities, and then raise funds and invite the delegates and make announcements and invite the people. So there is a lot of coordination involved. We can say, Krishna will arrange. Yeah, Krishna will arrange. He can arrange. He is arranging the whole universe. What you are thinking? Whole universe is arranging. Sun is rotating in orbit. Moon is going. The whole planet is. This is one universe. Millions of universes. Spiritual world. Everything is being already carried out. It's not that he cannot arrange. But when we take effort to arrange this, that means we are engaging in this service. That's why Prabhupada said, tax your brain. Tax your brain how to preach Krishna consciousness. In that way you will control your mind. If you want to control your mind, tax your brain how to preach Krishna consciousness. Always make plans how to move this movement forward. How to make more and more devotees for Krishna. Then we will automatically, our mind will be controlled. But the point is that we have to be engaged in making plans and executing them. Not only making plans and sitting down. Executing them. And then Krishna will send help. When we show our interest, just like Krishna could have finished the battle of Kurukshetra in 1 second. But he wanted Arjuna to fight. He convinced so much, 700 shlokas, Bhagavad Gita, before he could get Arjuna on track to fight. All that was not necessary. He could have killed. But why he did it? So he wanted Arjuna to serve. So we have to serve Krishna. That is the whole point. So we have to do our best. It happened actually in 2012. In our Rath Yatra preparations, when we announced, the festival, so we put out our posters, in Little India area, and sent some SMS and emails. And that time Facebook, we were not really not doing much. But 2011, we actually spent some money, and there was one bus, which had the advertisement of Rath Yatra, and the bus was moving. So we thought, okay, it's something. Then 2012, we wanted a little bigger, some extra. So, but the MediaCorp company, which was doing the ad, they made a mistake. And Sundagopal Prabhu, he was very angry with them. And because they promised some, big advertisement package, but then last minute they said we cannot do this. Then he said, no, I'm at $17,000, I remember. I spent $17,000 at the time. And there was no way we could do that whatever we planned for. MediaCorp last minute they said we cannot do it. And he said, no, I don't care, you have to compensate me for this. I have based all my campaigns on this, and now you're saying, last minute you're saying, I don't accept this, you have to compensate me. So they actually gave us island-wide, the 6-sheet panels, bus stop panels, 250 bus stop panels and all that. So suddenly, at the price of $17,000, we got an advertisement package of, announcement package of about $50,000. So this was actually definitely Jagannath's plan. But then Jagannath just showed us, okay, you have to make it at this scale. Next year, he is not going to give us at $17,000. That was his mercy, yes. But then the real mercy is when we work harder to raise that $50,000 and do that campaign. So then we have to do more work. That's where service comes in. Usually devotees, they become ecstatic when the Lord arranges something miraculously. Actually, this is not so much appreciated by pure devotees. This example where Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Rupa Goswami wanted to cook a nice offering for his deity Govindadev and offer to his brother Sanatana Goswami, prasadam. So he was just thinking, how nice if he can cook some nice prasadam, bhoga for the Lord, and then offer the prasadam to his brother, Sanatana Goswami, his elder brother, Sanatana Goswami. So as he was just thinking, I think it was kheer or something he wanted to make, kheer, right? Then suddenly one young beautiful girl came, and then was passing by, and she gave, okay, Baba, here's some milk and some rice. You can cook whatever you want. You can offer to the deity. And then she went. Oh, very nice. And sugar also. Oh, this is very nice. Okay, he cooked very nicely. Then he offered to the Govindadev deity and gave Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami said, oh, very nice. But where did you get this thing? You are so poor. Because they were sitting under the tree only. They already became sannyasis. So, where did you get all these things? So opulent, sugar and milk and rice. What is this? Who gave? No, I was just thinking, how nicely I can offer this and offer to you. Then this girl came, and gave it to me. Sugar, milk and rice. Just nice for my offering. Oh, now I understand. That means that must be Radharani. That means you took service from Radharani. This is not good. You should never accept this thing. We have to serve Radharani. How you can take service from Radharani? He actually chastised Rupa Goswami. He did not say, oh, Radharani. Oh. Although, yes, it is very fortunate. Oh, Radharani came and gave. But I took service from Radharani. Oh, that's bad. So similarly, when Krishna arranges something, that means we failed in our service to him. So he compensated for it. He's showing us how to do it. Okay, this is the scale that 2012. He showed us the scale you have to do it, but it, of course, at a cost. We were not ready for that cost at the time. But next year we had to raise all that money to keep that at the same level of, So you see how we have to go above that. The only neophyte will, give very much importance to this special arrangements of Krishna. A devotee will never expect like that, even in his service. Of course, but Krishna, by his nature, he will arrange everything. Something which is impossible. Just like, the Juhu land, the Mumbai, Krishna, Prabhupada was constructing the ISKCON temple there. So the landowner was cheating. And it became a court case and, it became a big case actually. Then, within 2 weeks, that man died of heart attack. That Nair, Mr. Nair. And Prabhupada, heard this news. Oh, thank you, Krishna. Immediately, great relief. So, then Prabhupada explained, I think somebody asked or something, how you can say somebody died and you can say that? No, this is demon. Devotee is always happy when a demon dies. When Krishna kills demons, devotee is always happy.
Mr. Nair threatened that I'm going to court case because he was selling that land to
Correct.
some other party on higher cost.
Yeah. After having sold to them, then he was going to take the land again. Yeah, overnight they built a temple there. In Juhu. Overnight, practically, literally. So they put up a structure, and then even in India, once there is a structure, if you do anything, it will become a big thing. And then even Bal Thackeray got involved in the case to support Prabhupada. So, so devotee fights, yes, and Krishna arranges, like Dr. Nath died. So in this way, Krishna also arranges, but a devotee is always very. He does not simply sit around and expect Krishna to do everything for him. No, that's not devotee. He will take every effort, every pain to serve Krishna. That is devotee. So, we're already at 45. So we'll just one more, 2 more verses. Yotsyamanan aveksheham ya etetra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yudhe priyachakirshavaha durbuddhe. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Purport. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. Therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Arjuna wanted to see them on the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were, but he had no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. So devotee is like this. This is exactly the position of devotee, how devotee works. He is always confident of Krishna's protection, but at the same time he does whatever is within his capacity to do. Sanjay Uvacha, Eva Mukto Rishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata Senayor Madhye Sthapayatva Rathottamam. Sanjay said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Rathottamam. No, the word is Rathottamam. The finest chariot. Why finest chariot? His chariot was not ordinary chariot. It was gifted by Agnidev. And it could not be destroyed. In fact, the story. So many weapons were thrown at the chariot. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. After the war was finished, Pandavas won the war. Then Krishna got down the. No, Krishna asked Arjuna to get down the chariot immediately. Why? No, get down immediately now. Then he got down, and Krishna also got down. Immediately, the chariot burst into flames. What happened? No, so many arrows and everything, divine weapons, all were hitting the chariot, but nothing happened because I was on this chariot. Just to protect Arjuna. Let's see how Krishna was protecting Arjuna. So after the war was finished, he just got down, burst into flame immediately, the whole chariot. So, and it was very fine chariot by Agnidev, not ordinary chariot, Tattvavit. In this verse, Arjuna is referred to as Gudakesha. Gudaka means sleep, and one who conquers sleep is called Gudakesha. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment because that is the nature of a devotee. Either in waking or in sleep, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. As Rishikesha or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows. These important things. Gudakesha. Gudaka means sleep, as Prabhupada said here. He conquered sleep. Arjuna conquered sleep. So Gudaka means we are also in the deep slumber of ignorance. Om ajnanati mirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshur unmilitam niyana tasmai Sri Guru. Guru opens our eyes because we are sleeping. So this sleep, actually devotee is in the fourth dimension of consciousness. In the material world there are three stages of consciousness. What is that?
Material consciousness.
In material consciousness,
Bhavana, Premana. Three.
No. Which one is that?
Happiness, three happiness.
No, that is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. No, that is another thing. I'm talking about our stages of consciousness in the sense Jagrati, Swapna, Sushupti. Wakefulness, dreaming and deep sleep. So, when now we are awake like this, and when we are deep sleep, it is absolutely unconscious. And dreaming state, we are seeing things. It is semi-conscious. We know our existence, although in a dream, but we know our existence. So that is called swapna. And sushupti is deep sleep. You totally forget yourself. So those who are materially engrossed, they are within these three, either of these three stages of consciousness. But the devotee is in the fourth dimension of consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness, where he is constantly remembering Krishna, even in his sleep. He sees dreams of Krishna, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life was explained. In the night he was, discussing with Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Rai, very confidential things about Radha Krishna, love. And in the daytime he was, dealing with devotees in general, and like that. So, hardly he was sleeping. And when he slept also, he dreamed of Krishna's pastimes. So actually there was no lack of Krishna consciousness. That's the devotee's life is like that. So although he appears to be in sleep or dreaming or what, but actually he is always Krishna conscious. That's why the devotee is called Gudakesha. And if you see, the Goswami is Nidrahara Vihara Kadi Vichitav. In Bhagavad Gita also, Yuktahara Viharasya Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu. Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukhaha. 8th chapter 17th verse. Not 17. Oh, 6, 7, sorry. Right. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So, when the Goswamis, Nidra, Hara, Vihara, Kadu, Vijito, they have conquered sleep, eating, sleeping, all these things. They have conquered. That's why sometimes they slept only 2 hours a day. Sometimes they forgot that sleep also. Forgot. It's not that they forced themselves to. It was not a struggle. Forgot. So that is called Gudakesha. On one side, Krishna is Rishikesha and Arjuna is Gudakesha. He is the master of all senses, and Arjuna is on one side is conquered sleep, on the other side is conquered ignorance. That means he is allowing himself to. Rishikesh means controller of all senses, right? Our senses are also controlled by the Lord, but now we are not voluntarily coming under the control of the Lord. So the Lord is controlling our senses through the modes of material nature. Because you may say, oh, Krishna is supreme control of senses, but no, I will control my senses. When we are like this, then this is what will happen. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatatishthapya karmakrit karite hi avasya karma sarva prakriti jaya gunai. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. So, he still is Rishikesh only. He is changed. His position did not change. But he will not personally guide our senses. He will guide our senses through Maya. Oh, you want to act smart? Okay. Let Maya control us. And beating. Then, just like horse can run very fast. But, okay, beat, then the horse will run. Still you have to run. The chariot is still under the control. So, similarly, Krishna will govern our senses either way. But for one who is asleep in ignorance, for him he will control through Maya. But because Arjuna is Gudakesha, who is out of Maya, he has voluntarily put himself under the direct control of Krishna. Krishna said, fight. And Arjuna said, okay, I will fight. So this is the position that we have to come to. We have to come out of this ignorance of Maya. So we voluntarily come under the control of Krishna. Prabhupada went to America and he wrote a poem. Boston Harbor. I have come here, I do not know why I came. My Guru Maharaj asked me to come, I came. Krishna, now it is your plan. Now I don't know what I will do here. I have no knowledge, I have no devotion. I am just puppet in your hands. You just move me as you want. I have no power to speak. But please make my words suitable for their understanding. So he's always, you see how he's putting himself in a direct control of Krishna. He never was proud. See, I'm the only disciple of my Guru Maharaj who came until America, greatest. No. He was so humble. So this is a pure devotee. He voluntarily keeps himself. Because he's Gudakesha. He's not in ignorance. So it's Samadhi. Always Krishna conscious. Samadhi. Samadhi means not just the tomb, That is also Samadhi, yes. That is called Samadhi because the soul has, attained the liberation and is understood to be in perfect servitorship of Krishna. So this Samadhi is not for everybody. Not that, somebody who passes any Samadhi, donation, whatever it is. Samadhi is meant for exalted souls, pure devotees. And if one is, while living, he is always Krishna conscious, that is also samadhi. That is actual samadhi. Complete absorption in Krishna. So this is the Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah Sarvesham cha Mahikshitaam Uvacha Partha Pashyaitam Samavetam Kuruniti. Translation: in the presence of Bhishma, Drona and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. There was one Indian person who, especially Tamil people, they like this kind of riddles. They are not all. There are many people like that who, just want some games out of. So he asked this question: when did Krishna first speak in the Bhagavad Gita? So everybody will say second chapter, because first chapter all Arjuna was speaking. No, first chapter 25th verse. So,
Their focus is that.
yeah, their focus is, oh, see, I know Bhagavad Gita better than you. So, this is actually what, when Krishna first spoke in Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, for records, for the sake of record, this is the first time Krishna spoke. But what was it? Then if we ask him what did the last Krishna speak, what? Saradharman Brata, that we did not understand. Abandon all varieties of religion, surrender unto me. That is not understood. First when Krishna spoke that, oh, see, I know better than you. Purport: as the super soul of all living entities, Lord Krishna could understand what was going on in the mind of Arjuna. The use of the word Rishikesh in this connection indicates that he knew everything. And the word Partha, meaning the son of Pritha or Kunti, is also similarly significant in reference to Arjuna. As a friend, he wanted to inform Arjuna that because Arjuna was the son of Pritha, the sister of his own father, Vasudeva, he had agreed to be the charioteer of Arjuna. Now, what did Krishna mean when he told Arjuna to behold the Kurus? Did Arjuna want to stop there and not fight? Krishna never expected such things from the son of his aunt Pritha. The mind of Arjuna was thus predicted by the Lord in friendly joking. So you see how subtly Krishna is putting it. You're Partha, you're son of my aunt. So you're expected to fight. Don't think, don't be overcome by compassion, seeing all the other people, reminding him who you are, your family lineage, your connection with me as a Kshatriya, who you are. And I as Rishikesh, I know what you're thinking. Because actually later on he will actually feel compassion. Then Krishna actually chastises him. I mean, first he does not chastise, he teases him in the beginning of second chapter. Why are you behaving like, how come you're crying, if you see the second chapter, second verse. Kutasva kashmalamidam vishamya samupasthidam anarajushtama swargam akirtikanam Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, how do these impurities come up? Not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. And later on you see the next verse, what is it? Klaibyam masmadana partha. Klaibyam, you know what is Klaibyam? You know what is Klaibyam? Kliba means eunuch. Klaibyam means impotent, like a eunuch. Why are you behaving like a eunuch? You're not a man enough. Klaibyam asmagamam partha naitatva yupapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam jaktvatishta parantapa. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise with chastisement of the enemy. See how he is, inducing Arjuna. Anyway, so actually he could detect